All right, hello, welcome to this 24-hour reading vlog. I am super excited about it. It is October 1st and I thought it was the perfect day to do a 24-hour readathon where I'm going to try to read as many horror spooky books as I can today. It is about 10:30. I got ready, I did some adulting things. I'm going to head out now to go grab a almond croissant because I'm really craving it and I need some breakfast. It is a beautiful day outside. It is not like gloomy, spooky weather, but that's okay. We will go out, I think, a little bit later to read. But yes, I'm very excited. I haven't had a day just dedicated to reading in a while. I'm going to pick out some spooky books. I do have a couple books that I definitely want to get to today. And then the rest we're just gonna go and read and chug out as many as we can. I have lots of short horror books. Actually, let me show you my little horror shelf. Okay, so this here is my little one of my horror shelves. You can see I have lots of short books on here that I can get to. A couple of these I have already read, but we have some of these here that I can definitely get to. So I have been reading Nothing But Blackened Teeth and I am not really liking it. I only read the first chapter and it took me so long to read this little bit of pages. It's been like 40 minutes basically and it took me that long to read all these pages. I don't know what it is. I'm just like not really into it. The characters are really weird. The author is like describing things way too much. She keeps saying like she'll keep comparing things. She'll be like hold on, let me show you an example. At the end it says, "We exited the room, the future falling into place behind us, like a wedding veil, a morning call, like froth on the lip of a bride drowning on soil." Like, what does that even mean? This is about this group of friends. From what I get so far, they're at this big mansion in Japan. It was a gift for the bride to be and the groom. And I guess they used to go to like a bunch of different haunted houses and places. That's like their thing. So one of the friends rented out this haunted place in Japan for them to stay a couple nights in. And like the first chapter, you're just introduced to the characters and to the dynamics between the characters, which is all really weird. It seems like they all don't actually like each other, which I don't really get. So we will see. How long is this book? Because we can't start off the readathon with a slow book. Okay, it's only like 100 and something pages, 124 pages. Okay, I'm gonna give it at least until page 50 before I call it a DNF because I want to keep things rolling and going. So, right, it is much later. This book took me way too long to read. Ugh, it is almost 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. This book took me, I don't even know, way too long to read, but I finished Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. And no, I didn't really care for it. I didn't care for this at all. I think I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 stars. This was just like kind of predictable, but then like when the final climax scene happened, there was no like nothing, literally the big climax scene, and then it ended, and then there's like no, there was an epilogue, but the epilogue was pointless. This was just, nope, not for me. There were a couple lines in here that was like beautiful writing, but then sometimes it was like overwritten. So I would check out something else that she writes. I think she's coming out with a new book actually. But yeah, no, this just didn't do it for me at all. I give it 1 spooky ghost out of 5 for like scary or unsettling or make me feel creeped out or anything. Spookiness. I give it 1 spooky ghost out of 5. Enough about that. I'm kind of mad because I wasted so much time. I am cooking dinner, not dinner, I'm cooking lunch. Oh, I closed like the blinds because it was way too bright and it just wasn't the right vibe, wasn't the right mood to be reading spooky books. But I'm cooking lunch now and then take a little break from reading, and then we will get to my next book. I already know which book I want to read next. All right, I finished lunch. It is time to pick the next book, which I already know. Okay, it is going to be this one here. My first T. Kingfisher, What Moves the Dead. I am excited about it. All right, so next we're going to pick up What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Like I said, this is my first ever T. Kingfisher. I am very excited about it. I don't know what this is about. I know that it is a retelling of The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe, which I honestly can't remember if I've read or not. Middle school or high school, we read a ton of Edgar Allan Poe's works, but I truly can't remember if we read that one. So we will see. I love this cover. I love the naked book with this beautiful haunted house on the cover. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then the end pages with this creepy rabbit. Oh my gosh, how amazing. Stunning. So I'm super excited about this. Oh, this font is a lot smaller than the other one. 158 pages. Okay, so hopefully this one will actually catch my attention and will be much better than the last one. So I think I'm going to close the blinds again because I opened them up to eat lunch and stuff, but I think I'm going to close the blinds again, set the vibe, and we will get started. Later, I did fall asleep and I took a nap. Now it's almost 6 o'clock. And I am halfway through What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. And I am really enjoying it, though it's not too spooky. It is starting to get a little bit creepier and spookier. So I think the latter half of the book is going to be, it's gonna have the spooky vibes, but I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the writing, following this soldier named Easton, and they are coming back to the Usher house where their friend Madeline and her brother inherited the house. And they got a letter from Madeline saying, or they got a letter from the brother Roderick saying that Madeline is dying and can you come help? So they're coming to help, and there is a doctor that's staying there. There's this lady in the forest that the house is near that likes to study these mushrooms, not just these mushrooms in particular, but like all mushrooms and fungi. And then we're getting scenes of this hair, lots of the hairs, which are really strange. And this is exactly what I picture whenever they describe the hair. So that part's a little interesting. But yes, I am really enjoying this a lot. I'm very curious to actually read The Fall of the House of Usher to see what happens in that book, because when was that book actually, I guess it's technically a short story. When was The Fall of the House of Usher actually written? It is, I don't even know what time it is. It's definitely later. Oh, it's like 9 o'clock now, and I finished What Moves the Dead. Let me get the cover, even though this is still beautiful. You can look at this. I finished What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, and I really liked it. Again, I feel like we had the big climax scene and then it ended rather quickly, the same as I felt in the other book. But I do think this one wrapped up pretty nicely. There were some like creepy scenes. I don't know, I liked it. It's definitely not like my new favorite or anything, but I really enjoyed it. And I do think it was like a great little short novel to read during spooky season. It has great characters, it has the atmospheric vibes, it has some creepy scenes, but then it kind of like wraps up nicely, not necessarily like in a perfect bow, but it kind of like, you know, is a nice concise story. I think I'm leaning towards like 3.5 stars for this one. I definitely want to read more of T. Kingfisher. I do have another book of hers. I have Nettle and Bone that I will read, not during this readathon because it's not a spooky book. I really enjoyed the writing. Honestly, my favorite part is this. I just love this. This is so creepy. Yeah, this is pretty good. So okay, good morning everyone. It is I'm charging my phone. I forgot my charger was out here last night. It is about 9 in the morning. I slept in a little bit, which is nice. I decided that I think I'm going to do this reading vlog where instead of it's a 24-hour day, I try to read for 24 hours total. So that means I have about 8 more hours. That's about how much I slept. So I'm basically just adding the time that I slept to the rest of this video, because I do at least want to try to read one more fit-in Wilmer book. So there are 2 books that I am leaning towards, and one was like a little bit longer, and I was like, I really want to try to read it, so that's why I'm extending it. So I was between these 2 books here. So the first one is We Can Never Leave This Place by Eric LaRocca. I am really interested to read this, but I think I want to save this for more in October when I feel like I need a little bit of a break, or I just want to read something quickly. Although if I somehow finish books and I have more time, I will read that one. But the one that I really, for some reason, just really want to check out is this one here. This is Anybody Home by Michael G. Seedlinger. I think that's how you say it. And I got this in my Nightworms horror subscription box, which I will link a video down below where I talk about Nightworms, and they sent this book for September. Yes, this was September's box. I don't know, it just seemed like it's going to be a true horror book, which is what I am wanting. Those other 2 didn't quite do it for me, although What Moves the Dead was great. But this one, I just really want to see what this is about. I'm not going to read like what it's actually about, but it says, what came first, the home or the desire to invade? Examining the sanctuary of the home and one of the horror genre's most frightening tropes, Anybody Home points the camera lens onto the quiet suburbs and its unsettling abodes, any of which are potential stages for an invader ambitious enough to make it the scene of the next big crime sensation. Who knows, their performance just might make it to the silver screen. What does that mean? I don't know. This just sounds crazy. I don't know. I just want to read. It sounds like it's going to be a true horror book. So we're going to try to finish this one today. It is a little short book as well. It's only 217 pages. So I am 50 pages in to Anybody Home, and I thought I would come give a little update. It is almost 11 o'clock now. It's like 10:40-ish. 50 pages into Anybody Home, and at first I wasn't quite sure how I was feeling about it, but now I am liking it, and I'm seeing what the author is doing, and it's definitely really creepy. So it's written in second person, and it's the author, or I guess not the author, the narrator is a home invader, and he has done this like really intense home invasion, and he's kind of like giving you advice and helping you through your own home invasion. So it's like you are the home invader, and he's kind of like telling you what to do and walking you through it, and like you picked out a family and he's like, which one are you gonna pick? These are the homes, which one do you want? And then he's like, oh, that's a great choice. It's so strange. But now that we're observing a family and like trying to get their routine down, and I'm seeing what the author's doing, it is very creepy, because it's just like, you can definitely imagine like this could be, someone could be in your house right now. Not in my apartment, because there's no way someone can get into my apartment, I don't think, without me knowing. But like if you had your own house and you were reading this, you would definitely be like, oh my god, someone could literally be like in my basement right now, in my closet right now, and is like sitting there observing you, because you, as a home invader, he like comes out at night and is just like watching them sleep. Oh my gosh. And is like in the daughter's closet like during the day and just hiding out, but then like when the family goes like in the backyard, he's like in here watching them from the daughter's window. It is so creepy, because you're like, oh my god, this could actually be a thing. I'm going to read probably for maybe like, well, not too much longer, maybe like another like 30 minutes or so, and then I have to get ready to head out. I realized I didn't give you all my spooky rating for this. I know I said 3.5 out of 5 stars, but my spooky rating, my ghost spooky rating, I would say a two spooky ghosts. Yeah, 2 spooky ghosts out of 5 for the creepiness factor. It is like, oh my gosh, it's already 4:30. Days going by fast. So I have like 2 hours technically left of my 24-hour readathon, and I'm like halfway through Anybody Home. So I definitely think I'll be able to finish this in 2 hours. However, it's getting like fast paced, and we're at the whole like home invasion thing. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I think I'm gonna wait until it gets a little bit darker so that we can have the full vibes going. Yes, I'm just gonna wait for the sun to set a little bit. We can set up the cozy vibes, and then we can finish this book, because we need the right vibes to read a great horror book. So I am really enjoying it. Yeah, so I will come back to you once the sun has set. Hello. So it is a little bit later, and I'm editing this vlog, and I don't know how it happened, but I lost all of the last clips of this vlog, and they were some good clips. I'm so mad about it. I don't know how it happened, but I thought I would come and finish up the vlog. I did finish Anybody Home, and I really enjoyed this. I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. There were so many plot twists, which you would have seen in those clips when I was discovering the plot twists. Like truly so many different kinds of plot twists that I did not see coming. This book completely took me by surprise. It did not go where I thought it was going. I thought this was so great. I definitely recommend. It was a lot of fun and entertaining, fast-paced. I really enjoyed this a lot. There were a little bit of like editing issues. Like you could see it needed another pass through. There were like just a little bit of mistakes, but I mean, that's just like a small little thing. And I give this, I think, 3 spooky ghosts, because it wasn't necessarily scary. There were definitely times I was creeped out, which is why it's getting 3 ghosts. And I also said in those clips that this book reminded me of The Purge, the movie The Purge, with like Black Mirror, and then for some reason like a dash of Squid Games. That's what it reminds me of. So if all those sound intriguing to you, I definitely recommend this. Yeah, so there's that. So I thought I would also come and just quickly wrap it up. I'm so mad I lost those clips, but yes, I ended up reading 3 horror books for this 24-hour reading vlog. I feel like I look so gross. Okay, so let's quickly go back through them. So I read Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. This was a 2 out of 5 stars. Don't recommend. You can pass on this one, I think. I read What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. This was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the writing in this. I think this is like a perfect spooky fall vibe book, because you get the atmosphere feel like it's not focusing on me, because you get the atmosphere, you get a little bit of creepiness, but I don't think it's too intense for people who don't really want a full-blown horror book. Yes, I really like this a lot. And then lastly, like I said, the final book that I read was Anybody Home by Michael J. Seidlinger, which this author is Filipino, which is really cool. I didn't know that either. And this was a 4 out of 5 stars, 3 spooky ghosts. So these are all of the books that I managed to read during this 24-hour readathon. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog. Let me know if you want to read any of these books, if you have read any of these books, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.